What's up, people? Arsa Corsair coming at you with another Roku video. Today, I want to talk about something that kind of surprised me. People have been saying, in full seriousness, that they think Saint is OP. Saint needs a nerf. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give my reasoning to why I don't think this is true. Just full disclosure, I'm a Saint main, so I am a bit biased. But as always, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think that Saint needs a nerf? I'm going to be justifying why I know he doesn't need one. Now, first and foremost, the issue that people have been having with Saint is that he is the only character in the game that can res from range, right? And furthermore, he can res across the map. So if somebody's on literally the opposite side of the map, Saint can send his drone there to get that person back up. And for some people, that seems too strong. Now, here's what I'm going to say to that. Yes, that is a very powerful ability. But if somebody is across the map, first and foremost, they're probably going to die. Your drone may not even make it to them in time because there is travel time, right? And realistically, a good team who isn't being opposed, right, is just going to rush up to that dude and slay him out, right? Even if your drone does get to him, they'll probably destroy the drone. I mean, realistically, if you don't have Saint there to kind of back you up and put down that suppressing fire to make sure that you get up, the drone isn't that powerful. And especially if you consider how many people don't even res right now, even as Saint. You know, having somebody that can res just doesn't seem all that broken to me right now. But yeah, maybe if the drone gave you a shield or some type of defense while it was resing, I would think it's broken. But for now, I don't think it's broken in any which way or form, in all honesty. This is the second thing that people brought up. The Mamba. The fact that the Mamba can 2-tap is too strong. Now, I was surprised at that because I feel like a lot of people don't even use the Mamba. I feel like a lot of people use the Mark IV. And that's not to say that the Mark IV is better. I think people just sleep on the Mamba because the Mamba is one of the more powerful guns in the game. I give it that 100%. But I feel like a lot of people go more with this spray and pray Mark IV than they do the precision that the Mamba takes, right? Because yeah, you can 2-shot, considering that you can get into that kill range and hit headshots back to back, which some people can't do. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't have the aim to do that. So I don't consider a gun like the Mamba to be OP when it's a gun that actually takes some skill to be able to use effectively like that. So my two defenses for my man right there. Now I want to talk about a few other things too. First of all, let's go back to this Mark IV real quick. The Mark IV is his secondary weapon, right? It is definitely a spray and pray weapon. And since it brings you into first person, you can't even shoulder swap with it. So using that gun takes away a lot of the utility that comes with being able to shoulder swap and to really have those the ability to get those angles, right? I firmly believe that when playing against better people, if you can't get angles on people, if you can't get those little slither shots, it's going to be very hard to be good with any rogue, but especially Saint, right? Because the rest of his kit doesn't really give you anything that's going to make you competitive in a shootout. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I'm going to say Saint is definitely not OP, because one of his guns just is significantly worse than the other. I mean, I think that's just objective. Secondly, his passive, it only works if he reses people, right? It's not like he has a dope passive, which most people don't have a very good passive, but his is connected strictly to resing, right? He only gets that health back if he's getting somebody else up. And most of the time, you're at full health when you're resing people anyway. So, I mean, his passive isn't great. Third thing, trip mines. That should be all I have to say, but let's talk about them real quick. The trip mine is okay. It's a decent item, right? But he could have any other grenade or any other explosive and probably be better off, minus the incendiary grenade, maybe. Incendiary doesn't really go well with this healer type, but you can even argue that, right? Being able to zone people off while you're getting reses might even be better. The trip mine is so easy to see if you're paying any kind of attention. Even if you fully upgrade it, it's still fairly easy to see, right? So in my opinion, nothing about his gadgets is OP, because the smoke bomb is in that same boat. The smoke bomb, yes, it can be useful in certain situations, great for getting an escape, but nobody has ever said somebody's OP because they can run away, right? You're OP because you slay out, not because you run off. So another thing, the last thing that I want to point out here are Saint's perks. His perks are decent, right? The ones that are notable: Headstrong, Bounce Back, Helping Hand. Helping Hands, the only reason that it's really good with Saint is because it applies to his drone. He's able to send that drone out, and instead of it taking 8 seconds to res somebody, that can be brought down to, I believe, 6 seconds, which is pretty good. To be able to heal somebody or res somebody anywhere on the map in 6 seconds is great, right? That can be a game changer, but you have to actually get that res off. When in demolition, that doesn't always happen, especially if you're playing against better people. Headstrong, having that 25 additional armor is nice. That can help you with that survivability, and it goes very well with Bounce Back because you have that extra armor to help you survive. Bounce Back allows you to recover quicker. You can get back in the fight. You can give some suppressing fire for your teammates. So all good stuff. But Saint doesn't have any perks that really makes him broken or ridiculous in any way, right? He doesn't have like Dima or Chak that have both life drain and replenish, right? Which make them just slay out. He has very balanced, very, fairly useful perks. So people, these are my reasons why I don't believe that Saint is too strong or OP. And I think that if they nerf Saint at all, especially his drone, his pick rate is going to go to 0 or nearly 0 because it takes away the whole point of having Saint on the team. If he can't heal people from range, right? Even if they lower that range, I believe that he's not going to be picked. And why would you, right? At that point, you might as well go with somebody, I don't know, even Anvil at that point, because at least you can still use his utility, right? His C4, his wall, and still get that helping hand so you can get people up. Or even Vi for that matter. You can block people off, use the helping hands to get them up while they're trying to figure out if they want to go through your vile poison. It just takes them out of the game. But as always, people, I want to know what you think. Do you feel that Saint right now is in a place where he's too strong? Or do you think people are maybe just not figuring out how to counter him? Or maybe people just haven't put enough time into the game to realize that Saint isn't really OP in any way? I would love to hear what you have to say, and make sure to put your reasoning down. I think the next person that I'm going to talk about, because this is another person that popped up a lot, is Chak. Some people were saying that Chak needs a buff, and Chak is a harder one, so I need to think on this for a couple of days, because Chak is in an interesting spot where he's like that mid-tier type of champion, but I feel like a slight tweak could definitely make him a very broken rogue, so it puts me in a weird spot. But as always, people, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to become a member of the Ors Force, and thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with another Roko video. This is Ors, of course. Peace, 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 peace.